Hello friends, welcome to English Learning Stop. Today we are going to dig our nails deep into grammar. Now why I'm saying this? I'm saying this because we already know the parts of speech, that is nouns, verb, pronouns. All parts of a speech, but we don't know what a clause is. A simple person, a person that is going to read a newspaper and he see lengthy sentences that are joined by conjunctions. Somewhere they might start with the conjunctions, or somewhere in between the sentence they will find conjunctions in between. Okay, so what a clause is? A clause is basically a simple sentence that contains a subject and a verb. Like I have written over here, Saima loves cooking. You have got a subject over here and you have got a verb over here. Cooking, you have got an object. So a clause is a simple sentence that contains a subject and a verb, like I have mentioned. Now moving on to noun clause. What a noun clause is? As I have written the pattern over here, it starts with a conjunction. It has got a subject, a verb, an object, a linking verb, a helping verb, a main verb, and an object. This is a very lengthy sentence. That is why I have divided this pattern into such. Or if a sentence is very short, it could end with like this: conjunction plus subject plus verb plus object. It will end over here. Okay, this is a lengthy sentence. We'll go further into detail about it, what pattern I'm writing over here, I've written over here. Okay, now conjunctions, these are not common conjunctions, these are subordinating conjunctions. Conjunctions, you already know that to join two sentences you use conjunctions, but subordinating conjunction is that conjunction, I've given the examples over here, though they are those conjunctions that create a relationship between the sentences. This creates a meaning, okay, but this creates a relationship between the first sentence, the second and the third, and likewise if you have got a lengthy one. So I've listed over here few subordinating conjunctions, that's rather, than, that, whether. I hope you have read it, and the most common ones over here are that, than, whether, though, why, even though, but we are mainly using these in our sentences. Okay, now let's look at what a noun clause has to say. Okay, a noun clause does the work of a noun in a complex sentence or in a simple sentence. The very first one we have over here is the subject of a verb. This noun clause may act as a subject of a verb. Now let's see the examples I've written over here. The first one is, what you said is very difficult. Now see, I have got subordinating conjunctions over here: what, how, when, and why. Okay, so it starts, the subject starts with a conjunction. You have got a conjunction over here, what you said. Now you over here, what is you? You over here is your subject. This is your main verb, said. Okay, what you said is very difficult. You divide it into two parts. See, this part is complete, what you said. Okay, you have got a conjunction, you have got a subject, you have got a main verb, is very difficult, you have got an object over here. So the clause is at the beginning of the sentence, that is why it is known as subject of a verb. Okay, so this is quite clear that this whole acts as a subject, and it is connecting with an object. Is over here is a helping verb, and you have got an object, that is very difficult. What you said, your sentence is complete. Okay, what you said is very difficult. You have got the meaning over here, what you said. Okay, so this is the first part. Let's move on to the second one. How the actor died is still unknown. Now take a moment and think about it. See, this whole part is acting as the subject. You have got a conjunction again over here, you have got the subject over here, and you have got a main verb over here, and this acts as an object, right? So how the actor died, your sentence is complete, your meaning is complete, is still unknown. That is a mystery, that remains a mystery. Okay, so the starting part is, I told you, a noun clause starts with a conjunction, then it will have a subject and it will have a verb. So the meaning completes over here. You have this, how the actor died is still unknown. That is the object part. Let's move on to the third one. When I shall return is uncertain. Again, you have a conjunction over here. You have got a helping verb over here. This is a helping verb. And then you have got a main verb over here. You cut it into two parts. Is uncertain. This is an object over here. I hope noun clause is clear to you. The first part, subject of verb, is clear. Okay, you have got a conjunction over here. Moving on to the last part, the last example. Why he left is a mystery. Okay, why he left. The sentence is complete over here. Why he left. You have got a conjunction. You have got the subject over here, and then you have got a verb over here, main verb, right? So a noun clause is simply a sentence that starts in the subject of a verb. It will start with the conjunction. Moving on, it will have a subject, and then it will have a verb. Okay, then finally it will have an object, right? I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next part. That is, it acts as an object of a transitive verb. Let's see that. Okay, next we have object of a verb. Now look at the sentence carefully. We don't know whether they will win or not. Now your subordinating conjunction is in the middle of the sentence. So we are going to look from here. The clause is this. This is your clause, whether they will win or not. We don't know. We don't know what? Simply, when you are trying to convert it into a sentence, you ask a question from yourself. We don't know what. We don't know whether they will win or not. Okay. So what over here is a subordinating conjunction. We don't know what. We don't know whether they will win or not. Okay. So you have got a conjunction over here. Again, you have got a subject over here. Will be your helping verb, and then win is your main verb. So noun clause can also act as the object of a verb. Okay, that means your noun clause can come after the subject, right? We don't know whether they will win or not. He says that he won't eat. Okay, the first part gets complete over here. You are going to start with the conjunction that he won't eat. He says what? He says that he won't eat. You have got a conjunction over here, and you have got a subject and helping verb, again a helping verb, and then you have got a main verb. So your noun clause lies over here, that he won't eat. The next example, I asked the girl how old she was. I asked the girl what? What did I ask? I asked her how old she was. Okay, so this is your noun clause. I hope this is clear. The two parts of clauses, of noun clauses, are clear to you. Let's move on to the next one. Third one is object of preposition. The first example, pay attention to what I'm teaching. Okay, your sentence divided into two parts. Pay attention to what I'm teaching. To over here is your preposition, okay, to what I'm teaching. Now see, preposition cannot stand alone. They need the conjunctions to be followed with them, to what I'm teaching. Okay, so pay attention to what I'm teaching. It can act as an object of preposition. What over here is your conjunction, I subject, this is your helping verb, and that is your main verb. So conjunction can be joined with the prepositions. Look at the next sentence very carefully. There is no meaning in what you say. There is no meaning in what? In what you say. Okay, so in both these sentences, your noun clause is what I'm teaching to what I'm teaching, and the next one in what you say. I hope this is clear. You have got an incomplete predication. That means in that complex sentence in noun clause, your meaning is not quite clear. Like for example, my belief is that he will not come. Okay, so noun clause, this is the part where you don't know that thing is going to really happen or not. Okay, it's just my belief that he is not going to show up, he will not come. So over here the noun clause is acting, the noun clause is here. The next part, my belief is what? My belief is that he will not come. The next one is her great fear is that she will fail. Okay, it's again a fear. She is not so sure about it. She just is having a guess that she is going to fail. She will fail. Okay, so that is an incomplete predication. Her great fear is that she will fail. So again over here you have the noun clause over here, where it's starting with the conjunction, subordinating conjunction with the subject, and then a helping verb, and finally a verb. The next one is my wish is that I may please you. Again over here you have a very common subordinating conjunction, that is that. I is a subject, I may please you. Okay, may please you, that means the sentence gets complete over here. This is totally your noun clause. This is an object, I may please you. Okay, please over here is a verb. So I hope you are clear with these. Let's look at a sentence that is quite a complex one. In the starting I had given you a pattern, so we are going to look for that pattern. Okay, a very happy sentence over here. What she didn't know was that the guest would arrive earlier than usual. See that there are two trigger words. Now what are those triggering words? What over here, that over here. Okay, let's see how they are functioning in the sentence. See, divide them in two. What she didn't know. This is your first noun clause. Was, again you have got a noun clause since you have got a subordinating conjunction over here. So that the guest would arrive earlier than usual. See, one clause is the subject of the sentence. The first one is the subject of the sentence, what she didn't know. What she didn't know. Okay, over here you have got a conjunction, you have got a subject over here, and you have got a helping verb and a main verb. We'll say it just as a verb. Okay, was over here is acting as a linking verb. Okay, was here is a linking verb that connects the next part, and that is that the guest would arrive earlier than usual. Okay, so you have got two noun clauses here. That, again a conjunction subordinating. The guest over here is again a subject. Would arrived is acting as a verb. Earlier than usual, the object. So this was a very nice sentence, a complex sentence that I told you in my pattern earlier. I hope these are clear to you. I asked you a few sentences. In each of the following sentence you have to replace the words in italics. Okay, fine guys, my writing is all the same, it's all in italic. so no one can understand what I'm trying to ask you. I've just underlined over here what I'm trying to ask. Now you are going to convert this in noun clause. See, the time of his coming, no one can guess. Okay, now you are going to convert this into a noun clause. You already know that a noun clause starts with a conjunction, that it follows subject and a verb and an object. So let me give you some time, ponder over it. Okay, can we change it now? What I thought was, what in my mind it was, when he will come, no one can guess. Or when he is coming, no one can guess. Okay, so that's a noun clause. You have got a noun clause in the starting that is acting as the subject of the sentence, the subject of the verb. Okay, then we have I predict a change in the weather. Now I have underlined this, a change in the weather over here. Please change this, please convert this. Okay, guessed about it? I predict that weather will change. Okay, as easy as a pie. I predict that the weather will change. Change. Moving on to the last one, that is I heard of a success. Okay, so how are you going to change? Think for yourself. Fine, I change it as I heard that he succeeded. I hope my writing is clear to you. Anyway, this was our lesson. We covered noun clause, and thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your time. See you in the next video.